A cocky, tough guy demands an answer from Charlie Kirk about Donald Trump, only to get absolutely wrecked. Guys, you're going to like it. It is amazing that some people will manage to relitigate the most ridiculous of topics over and over again. You'll see what I mean in a second here. It's going to be crazy. But first, do me a huge favor, like our video and share it around so we can keep bringing you all this great, hard-hitting content. As always, Patriots, I'm your host, Darian, and this is Resist the Mainstream.
You have the last one?
Please.
I'm over time. It better be good.
I think it's good enough.
Oh, good enough.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
No, you got it.
So, basically, my question is: throughout this whole thing, I've heard you speak pretty in length about, upholding the Constitution, which I think is a good thing. I think that's a great thing. I think that you talk about the founding fathers, who I think, while flawed, overall had very good ideas. My issue is that, and I know it's not October, but currently, I mean, you can spin it however you want. I personally do think that Trump, has done a lot to really ruin the Constitution. I think when you look at January 6th, yes, January 6th.
This is such an October question, bro. Like,
I know, but then answer it.
but answer what? I mean,
why is the Constitution suddenly flimsy when it comes to things that are currently happening? But it's not flimsy when it comes
that was 5 years ago. And like here's my best argument is like the American.
So it doesn't matter.
Well, hold on, the American people were presented with this and they didn't believe the media's premise. So you tell me how Donald Trump was against the Constitution. Like what?
By trying to overthrow it on January 6th.
Okay, he didn't.
Oh,
Again,
he didn't.
Yeah, he didn't. You know what he did do? He did win in November because you guys couldn't stop talking about that for the last 4 years, okay?
Hold on.
Because
Wait a second. Was this dude over here getting upset about Elon Musk doing his Roman salute, we'll call it? I certainly hope not.
Hold on.
Because all you guys did is you lied. You kept the border wide open. You guys sent money to
Then
Ukraine
why did his
unnecessarily.
own VP not validate it?
We had hyperinflation, and all you guys
Why you smell
did
like that?
was lie endlessly about January 6th, which of course was 99% of people that peacefully went into the Capitol to go pray and go look at the people's house. There were only 15 people that actually committed violent actions against police officers. And so we look at all this together. You're like, oh, he's against the Constitution. Wait a second. You know who's against the Constitution? The Democrat Party that tried to kick him off the ballot. The Democrat Party that tried to say, you're not allowed on a ballot. You know that there were 5 Democrat states, Maine, Colorado, and California being 3 of them, that said, you're not allowed to be on the ballot, Donald Trump, because you're an insurrectionist. That's a threat to democracy and to the Constitution. It's a threat to our democratic norms. And so I'm not going to relitigate this too much because, honestly, I don't have to. Because we won, and you didn't, and we're in power. And so it's like...
May I speak?
Because he's never running again.
I haven't really gotten a second to speak, so...
You kind of did.
What I want to say is that, look, I'm not a Democrat. I don't agree with the Democratic Party. I'm not a part of the Democratic Party. I personally believe in upholding this Constitution, and that goes beyond January 6th. I think currently what he's doing with trying to suppress the media is absolutely abhorrent.
How is he suppressing the media by doing more media? You know who's suppressing the media? Joe Biden never talked to the media. Donald Trump will sit at the Resolute desk and invite all the media.
They just announced.
Hold on a second. This is so insane. This guy will answer more questions than any president that we've had in the last 50 years. He will literally do a press conference today. He did one at 12 p.m., 2 p.m., and 6 p.m. And that's the 3rd time this week he's done. And anyone can ask any question they want. You're saying he's suppressing the media?
Can I say why?
Because of the Associated Press?
Well,
or why?
Partially, yes, and because he literally just announced his press conference person. She just announced that they're getting rid of the nonpartisan group that picks the journalists. He's going to pick the journalists. A bunch of bootlickers are going to be in there. That's not free speech.
First of all, nonpartisan means left wing. All right. If anybody thinks otherwise, get it out of your head that a network is nonpartisan and that they're truly split down the middle. BS. It doesn't exist. Second of all, it's quite the opposite of media suppression. Actually, aside from the obvious that Donald Trump is more than willing to talk to people in the media and reporters all the time, whereas Joe Biden blatantly ignores them. Caroline Leavitt, the White House press secretary, has actually announced an initiative back in January in which new media and independent journalists can apply for press credentials with the White House. Okay, that's unprecedented. When have you ever seen that before? It's always saying, okay, CNN, MSNBC, or as I like to call them, MSDNC, NBC News, all these other fake media outlets can just come on over. You're totally fine. Independent journalists, sorry, you're out of luck. Sucks to suck. This is a new thing, and it's thanks to the Trump White House. Moving on to the Associated Press ban, good riddance. Okay, they are a bunch of anti-white freaks, and that is fact, not conjecture. All right, just go take a look at their policy on how they lowercase white and uppercase black. Yes, I'm not joking, and you'll see it in their writing. They've even written about it publicly too. They say that white people don't have a history of experiencing the same kind of, discrimination and horrors that black people do. Also have less culture. Yeah. White people don't have culture, only blacks do, apparently. And that is why it's okay for them to do that. It's sickening. Have these people ever heard of the Barbary Pirates? Whether they have or not, they don't care. All right? They hate white people and they're sick. And good riddance. Why are we treating them with as any kind of legitimate authority? I love that the Trump administration banned them. And by the way, Resist the Mainstream applied to that press credential, Caroline Leavitt and the Trump admin. Hit us up, please.
First of all, I don't want to hear from Jim Acosta or Caitlin Collins, and I don't think the American people do either. The point being, though, is that...
Sure, and I don't want to hear from a bunch of spray tan Fox News people.
Hold on a second, though. I find it interesting because I'm interested in your psychology.
Sure.
Like, what do you support?
I support upholding the Constitution. I think both sides are morally bankrupt. I think both sides are supported and funded by billionaires who should be taken out of power.
And this is
both sides.
Fair enough. We'll end with this. It's a great and everybody don't be like this guy, because and I wish for you. It's so easy in life to go around saying that everything sucks and everything's awful, when in reality you have the best government that you've had in 100 years and a reclamation. Of course, there'll be things you disagree with or you don't like. But it's so easy and so cool to kind of be like, I don't like this, and you're kicking out the press. When in reality, they're getting 99 out of 100 things right. And you have Elon Musk, the world's wealthiest man, sacrificing himself to go solve government. No, it's like, honestly, though, the attitude itself, I support the Constitution. I don't like Trump. It's like, it's being cool by half.
Why can't both be true?
I'm just saying, though, it's just... It's in a general attitude, and I get it. It makes you feel morally sanctimonious and all that stuff. But in reality and in practicality, this is a government that none of us have earned or deserved or expected, that is doing amazing things for us on a daily basis. And so I hope you'll come around to that. And everybody in this audience is going to be better because of it.
I think if this government wants to respect the people, wants to not cut federal funding, and wants to overall improve
we
this country,
should cut federal funding. Of course we should.
Okay.
That's what we got elected on.
Do you think there should be a child tax credit?
Yes,
pre-K?
that's not federal funding. That's.
Do you think that there should be free school lunch for all children?
No.
Why?
Of course not. Because parents should feed their kids, not the government.
What if they can't?
Go get a job.
A child?
The parents should go get the job.
Yeah.
This is important. I don't believe
they have jobs and they can't support their children stare because the minimum wage is so low.
No, you are a Dem, dude. Don't give me this stuff. First of all, this is really.
I want children to eat.
Of course I do. Show me a single child in America going hungry. Doesn't exist. Number two, we have churches, we have food shelters, we have billions, and it does not exist. We have a child obesity problem, not a child starvation problem in this country. That 50% of our kids are obese or overweight. There's not a single kid in America that has died of starvation in the last 10 years. Show me that kid. Show me. This is a propaganda thing from the Democrat Party. Our kids.
I knew students on free lunch programs throughout high school who had quite a lot of stuff, okay? They had iPhones. I didn't even have an iPhone at the time. Beats headphones, Jordans, and many of them were fat too. They were on the free lunch program. I don't think they were starving. I don't think they actually needed that. I think that was just abuse of the system.
Kids are so overweight, they have type 2 diabetes by the age of 8. So the number one problem for kids right now is that they're not moving enough and they're eating too much, not that there's child starvation. Instead, let's get back to a time where we say, hey, parents feed your kids, churches feed your kids, communities feed your kids, not big daddy government coming in and doing what the family should do. With that, I say thank you guys so much and have a great day. Thank you.
Absolutely brutal. What'd you guys think? I hope you enjoyed it. I thought it was kind of interesting. Leave a comment below. Let us know what you like about the clip, what kind of stuff you want to see in the future. Hit that subscribe button. It'll help us out. We really appreciate it. And we'll see you again soon. God bless.